Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Gemini. Ooh, almost stumbled on who I was talking to, Gemini, in mid-April 2020. Hello, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, friends, how's everybody doing in the middle of this pandemic? How are you doing with your stay-at-home orders? How are you doing if you're recovering from possibly contracting the virus or dealing with family members or friends who have? Hopefully, wherever you are in the world, Gemini, you are safe, you're happy, you're secure, you're healthy, okay? I feel we're almost at the end of this. I mean, I'm not making any predictions, but I feel we're kind of beginning to turn the corner, and I'd hate to see any of us jump the gun and get ahead of ourselves and rush back out into the world when it's really not the time, or we need better protocol in place before we can do so. So hopefully you're hanging tough. I realize it's becoming quite it's really weighing heavily on so many people. These readings I've been doing lately, a lot of people are reaching their limits, reaching their breaking points, and I encourage all of us to kind of, pull a little harder on our strengths, pull a little bit harder on our capabilities, and stick with the program. I mean, not to politicize anything, but I really don't think there's some huge, conspiracy going on that's meant to defraud the public. I really don't. But again, this is not a political channel, so let's just end it at that. If you disagree, that's totally cool. I accept that as well. Anyway, Gemini, hi. If you guys are returning viewers, you might be noticing something different here. If you're a new viewer, you're welcome, of course. But if you're returning here, you're noticing that this board is blank, this table is blank. That's because your girl has had I'm always on a spiritual journey. I'm always on looking to level up. And so I've asked my guides to kind of help me with that. And what they've guided me to do is kind of be a little bit free form with these mid-April readings. They're going to mimic in style how I normally do my personals. It's still not a personal. It is still very much a general reading, so please keep that in mind. But you're actually going to see me be a little bit more, quote unquote, like interactive in the reading, a little more responsive to what comes out, as it unfolds. There's no pre-laid spread, so I don't really have, like, when it's like that, energetically is a little more confined. So I'm sensing in general, I'm getting messages that are more, I don't know how to explain it, but regardless, I've changed the format a little bit, so that's what you're going to see today. If you like it, let me know in the comments, leave a like on the video, that'd be great. But let's go ahead and jump into it, okay? So shuffle it off camera. I will shuffle on now for your initial cards. There is already a timestamp in the description box. If you want to jump ahead, go ahead and use that little button down, or little link down there. That's what it's for. If you want a personal, my friends, that information is also in the description box, and I've told every sign, and I will tell you and Cancer, you're my last two of this series. If you want a personal reading from me, please understand that you have to pay for it. I've been approached by several people through email, through DM. They're like, hey, I want a reading. And I say, hey, that's cool. Thank you for choosing me. So what reading do you want? And, please send payment as soon as possible. And they don't send payment, or they flat out say they'd rather work on a different negotiation with the price point. And I say, it's a very small menu down there. It's three items long. There are 3 different price points. If you don't like that, you don't want to work with me, okay? It's not to say I think I'm the best thing since sliced bread, or that, it's not even about the valuation. It's more of, it's very clear. There's no negotiation necessary. There's no negotiation welcomed. You either want to pay what I have listed down there, or you don't. And I don't know why I have to defend myself to certain people, or, this is purely about what's happening off camera, right? I've had some really interesting people take issue, and there's no issue to take. Either you like it or you don't. There's no one here forcing you to work with me. There's no one here forcing you to do anything interactive with me at all. You choose to do this, right? So just for clarification's sake, for anybody who's interested, if you want a personal, the prices are there, the times are there. If you want that, cool. If you don't, please find another reader. It's no one's forcing this. No one is forcing this, okay? Also, there have been people who have sent money and contacted me, but actually haven't asked for a reading or haven't clarified what they want from a reading. And I also don't want to accept that. So if you have sent money to me and it was a donation, just let me know that it was a donation, because otherwise it's just going to sit there pending, and I'm not going to accept it, because I just don't believe in taking something without knowing why I'm privileged or allowed to take it. You know what I mean? Karmically, that doesn't rest well with me. So if you did want a reading that was tied to the amount of money that you sent me, you have to email me, okay? You have to tell me what you want. Otherwise, the money is just going to lay there in limbo. So please clarify if you contact me for a reading, what you want and all that good stuff, okay? Anything else? Gemini, I'm also doing readings on Instagram. Well, not readings, but I'm pulling oracle cards on Instagram about every day, maybe every other day. So if you want to see me do that, that information will appear right here. EmpathicFire Tarot over on Instagram. If you want to give me a follow over there, that'd be cool. If not, that's also cool. Because again, I don't believe in forcing people to do anything, my friends. It's a free will world that we all live in, okay? All right, Gemini, enough of my ramblings. Let's get into it. Let's see some messages for Gemini in mid-April, please. Messages and energies pertinent, thank you, to Gemini at this time in mid-April. Messages and energies pertinent to Gemini at this time. That's it. Thank you. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's see some energies and messages for Gemini. Please show me. Okay, side position. We might keep that. Yeah, okay, we might, they say. We might. Any other messages for Gemini in mid-April? Please show me. Ooh, two sides. Another message, another card. Yes, okay. Additional messages for Gemini at this time in mid-April. Please show me. Did that flip? No. Okay, 9 of Wands came up. Thank you. Now, what are we doing with these side positions? Because I've had these come up for a couple signs already, and I took them. But now their energies, they're like, Oh, there were two. Hello. 9 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. Okay, like that. Okay. This is interesting. They're making me change yours, so that might come into play. I don't know. This one as well? Okay, like that. Thank you. They made me change your side positions. So, I've had that happen in personals before, and I normally don't change it. I've had that happen in this series that I've done for the generals, and I didn't change it. So please note, I'm more speaking to myself. Please note that I've changed the position of something. Interesting. 9 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And then these two came out together like that. So, well, lots of Pentacles. So money on the mind, maybe, but let's find out. 9 of Pentacles was the first card come out for you, Gemini. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And then 9 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles together, working at that. Okay, interesting. Working at that, they say. Working at that is what they said with those two cards together. So, Gemini, you definitely have money on your mind. You definitely have stability on your mind. You definitely have a lot of focus on cash or on physical possessions, on physical presence, or things that are valuable of the flesh. Very interesting. Of the flesh. So clothing, right? Food, like I said, money, the things that you're enjoying in your life that are physical to your touch. So your possessions, right? Your car, your bed, your sofa, your dishwasher, right? I mean, look what's on the card. This woman's body is a dishwasher, right? But everything that is tangible and of value, you're very aware of it. You're very aware of it. It's very important to you right now. But beyond everything physical, in Tarot, Pentacles can also indicate things that are physical, but that we still value, such as health and time. Okay, so your health, your wellness, and your time could also be of value to you. Nine of Pentacles is showing that you possess this, that you are a creator of this, or that you have sustained a lot. You know, if you look at this woman, both of her dish racks, both of her dish racks, thank you, are full of pentacles, are full of plates. So this is indicating some type of wealth or some type of surplus or some type of enhancement. Okay, interesting. Oh, enhancement. Some of you have like fake boobs. No big deal. You know, no judgment. But that's what they put into my head. Racks. Okay, enhancements. Okay, so some of you are valuing your physical body. Could just be that you are admiring your physical body. Some of you looking in the mirror, you know, stark naked or in your best outfit, whatever, and you're like, damn, I look good, and that's great. Nine of Pentacles is that energy of I feel great. I have sustenance. I have abundance. I feel amazing. I have everything I could ever want, or maybe not everything I could ever want, but I have enough that I feel great. I feel secure. I feel stable. I feel safe. I feel flush and abundant. I feel good. And I don't know where this caution is coming from, but there's a caution in my body. There's a caution in my mind. There's like caution, red flags. This is not all there is, or it's not all it's cracked up to be, or this is like pretense. This is some type of smoke screen, some type of distraction. This is fulfilling you in a certain way, but you're unfulfilled in another way. And you know more to what I'm talking about than any other person. Again, also, this is a general, by the way, you know, this, I'm saying Gemini, it could be flipped, it could be reversed, it could be someone else you're dealing with that I'm talking to or talking about. But Nine of Pentacles, it feels good, but I'm also kind of like, but what's missing here? What's missing here? There's a piece of this puzzle that isn't coming through. The jigsaw is not complete. Where's that missing piece? Where's that final mysterious piece? Like something to make this picture seem perfect or to complete this picture is not here. But we're still basking in the glory of what we have, right? So that could speak to priorities, prioritizing or emphasizing a certain aspect of your life, such as cash, such as, you know, having, you know, oh God, having more than someone else. Okay, be careful. And that's very strange for me to say that about the Nine of Pentacles, because this is like, snooty, like she has a snooty face, right? Or her expression is that way. Oh, look at me, look at my 2 racks, they're so full, look at all my pentacles, let's go. It's like snooty, like why are you being smug about it? In this time where many of us are struggling, where many people are like, you know, they don't have enough, you're kind of like, I have enough and more, and what? Or I have enough, therefore I'm contented. So I'm not here to judge anybody's values, but that could be at play here for some of you or someone that you're dealing with, where you have more than enough and you might not be, now might not be the time to like flash your cash, so to speak, to flaunt your wealth, to flaunt your abundance. And the Nine of Pentacles normally is not about flaunting. Is not about, you know, out there showing what you have and pointing at other people saying, ha ha, you don't have enough, or, oh, isn't that a shame? It's like not this snooty attitude, but I sense that could be here for some of you in some form or fashion. It's either on your shoulders or somebody else's. Now, the Five of Pentacles in reverse next to it, or came out in the second position. And again, okay, they see, remember, these were face down and they were in side positions, but I turned them as my guides had guided me to do so, had told me to do so. And we have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, and then we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This, you know, okay. modesty might be going out of the window here with this Five of Pentacles in reverse, because here we have someone with the Five of Pentacles when it's in the upright who's kind of going through ruin, who's kind of going through some type of upheaval, and things are just, these pentacles go crashing to the ground, and this woman is like, oh, my pentacles, whatever will I do? But this is in the reverse. So I feel as though in some of your cases that attitude is gone, or that prospect is gone, or you're not interested in people who have that attitude of woe is me. Okay. You could be dealing with people within a family, within a friendship circle, within a business, where you have the haves and the have-nots, and possibly the haves do not possess any sympathy or empathy for the have-nots. They've turned a blind eye to it. Like I said, she looks a little smug, and if you look at her, her eyes are closed. So she's not even seeing possibly how this other person is struggling, or how, okay, listen, friends, listen. I don't like that, because and I feel it's like family. I really feel this is like family. Like within a dynamic, you might know a brother, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, whoever, a mother, whoever, who doesn't have what you have. And you're kind of like, okay, so, and I don't know your story. I don't know why you or them would have that motivation or have that attitude, but that's what this feels like. Your sorrow, whoever this Five of Pentacles person is, and it could be your own, because I did, again, okay, when these were flipped down and I changed the positions, right, and I turned them how I turned them, and then we turned them over, you could have been in a different mindset before a certain period in time, right? You could have had a different outlook. You could have had a different attitude. You could have had a different disposition, right? If you're on either side, or if you're in either of these positions, right? But they were turned, they were changed, they were altered. Someone who possibly was never acting in this snotty behavior is now doing that. Someone who had something now has nothing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes total sense. I'm like, where are we at? Why is this happening? I mean, I think it's been here, and I've kind of wanted to sidestep it, because I don't know why this would happen, because thank you. It felt really out of character, or out of the blue, out of nowhere. Here is the deal. Out of nowhere, like what happened with COVID-19 coronavirus, right? Out of nowhere, we've shut down countries, we've shut down economies, we've shut down business as usual. We've all been sent to our homes, and we've been there for weeks and months on end at this point, right? That hasn't phased one person, or it's allowed someone, or it really hasn't shaken up maybe one person. They're just like, it's fine. I've got enough to sustain me. I've got enough to take care of me and mine, and I'm good. For somebody else, it's really taken their rocky situation and made it worse. Or it's taken their, possibly previous to this point, quite stable situation and upended it completely, right? And we have someone who's like, that's not my problem. That's not of my concern. Or they don't recognize it. Eyes closed, can't even see that someone else is struggling. And within a family dynamic, I think that's really interesting, because it's unexpected. It's out of character. Or, see, when we get into situations of stress and distress, and when people's backs are up against the wall, or circumstances change and they become unprecedented, right? We get to see people's true colors. You may have thought, or someone may have thought this about you. It's a general, so take it how it resonates. Someone may have thought the Nine of Pentacles person was, giving, loving, understanding, sympathetic, caring, or a caretaker, or a nurturer within a family or friendship, right? They always thought they could count on this person. I really get the sense that this Nine of Pentacles person is holding back on their resources. Now, I'm not here to say how or when and why a person should be charitable. Those are individual decisions. But what I'm sensing is this is unexpected, that the Nine of Pentacles person is essentially being stingy, or flaunting their wealth, flaunting what they have, taking taking pictures of themselves on social media, sitting on a throne of toilet paper, while this person over here is scrambling walking over to the local McDonald's or Dunkin' Donut and pulling napkins out of the dispenser because they really got to go home and take a number two. You know what I mean? Like, that is the difference between these two people. I'm showing you an extreme, but it's something like that, where this person could be struggling to pay their bills, to stay on top of their mortgage, or that $1,200 stimulus check here in America, it helped, but it wasn't enough. And so they're back to square one within a week or two after that money is distributed. You see what I mean? And this person is not aware of that, doesn't care about that, is not affected by that. And I feel the tie between these two is very close, like a family or friendship. Strange. Well, not strange, but just like, oh no, why? Why are y'all being that way? Why is that happening between the two of you? Interesting. Or however many people. This could be two separate families. This could be, brothers, and this could be two brothers. One has his lifestyle together and the other one's kind of struggling. Both are family men. It doesn't matter. But two sides of an issue. Two sides of this scenario, okay? Now, these came out together, but originally all I saw was the Nine of Wands, so that was on top of the Ten of Pentacles. Nine of Wands and Ten of Pentacles. And what did I say when working towards that is what I said, working towards that. So, as you see, this Nine of Wands is climbing this ladder to nowhere. Wow, okay, I get it. I think I get that. Okay, that's one story. Somebody's like feigning work. Someone's faking it. Like this woman in a party dress, in a fancy cocktail dress, in a nice little black number, carrying a pail up a ladder, but all the brooms and the mops and whatnot are down at the bottom. So it's kind of like you're not really doing the work. Oh, you're not really doing the work. Okay, some of you, this is like about entitlement and inheritances. Interesting. Because Ten of Pentacles can talk about inheritance. So there's somebody here who doesn't work for what they have, or hasn't worked for what they have. And that could be why they're smug, and that can be why they're snooty, and that can be why they're blind. Their eyes are closed because they don't have to work for it. Could be somebody who married into money, something like that. But beyond, that's like a very specific story. That's like for one or two people. Okay. And they don't understand the impact of what's happening over here, or the impact of what's happening over here doesn't even reach them, doesn't even connect to them. They don't associate with this. They don't connect with that. Whatever that energy is, whatever that experience is, this person doesn't do that, because they've kind of, they've ascended without having to work. They've gotten their 9 and 10 pentacles without having to put anything into it. Could be a lottery win, something like that. Okay. Could be, whatever. But beyond this being not working for that, or, marrying or being born into privilege, like I feel that for someone is born into privilege or married into privilege, hasn't really had to work much in their life for anything. Okay. Beyond that, what else is happening here? Okay. So somebody is working, well, okay. Okay, this is interesting. So someone is like perpetuating that hard work pays off, interestingly enough. Another way you can see that is hard work pays off, because the Nine of Wands traditionally in tarot talks about, putting up a good fight, giving it the old college try, being loyal and steadfast when it comes to putting in efforts and hanging in there, even though you might want to give up, even though you might want to secede and throw in the towel. It's like, no, you got more in the gas. It's like, it's like when you go to the gym, or if you work out with a trainer, give me just one more push-up, one more rep. Come on. I know you got this. I know you got it in you. And it could be related to that. Pentacles again does talk about your physical body and your health. Okay. So, but there is this sense that someone is dedicated to, or is not willing to give up a fight as they pursue the Ten of Pentacles. And I mean, the 9, if we talk about succession in just counting, the 9 is closer to the 10 than the 5 is. Okay. So this person, 9 of Pentacles, might be working diligently or very hard to secure 10 of Pentacles. ironically, even though this person might not have ever worked a day in their life. They are still fighting or very aligned with obtaining more. Give me more. Yeah. 9 to 10. Give me more. Hmm? Oh, okay. Minimal work. Because the brooms and the brushes are down at the bottom, right? The mops and stuff. But she does have a sponge in her hand. So minimal work. Let's say it that way. If it's not that they have never worked, it could be they've worked very minimally for what they needed to do. Or the work that they've done hasn't been as extensive as others. Okay. Oh boy. I feel that really factors into the Nine of Pentacles person or the Nine of Pentacles energy. I'm trying to see if it factors into the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. The Five of Pentacles is really distraught. Whoever that is or whatever energy that is like, nope, not even close to getting here. Not even close to understanding. Not understanding, but experiencing. Thank you. Experiencing this. What it would be like to be so close to the Ten of Pentacles. Like, I'm really sensing like some really like soap opera type shit where you've got one child who, in their grandparents' will was given, ownership of a company or leadership in a company or some type of property, or they've been, given a trust or given some type of inheritance, because I did say Ten of Pentacles can be inheritance, and there's a brother or a sister or a cousin or some other relative who got nothing, who got absolutely nothing in the will, nothing in the passage or the transference of power, right? And, the rhymes and the reasons of why that would happen, I don't know, but I get that sense that somebody got out, like made out like a bandit, essentially, in a deal, in the loss of, like I said, the transference of money and funds in an inheritance, and somebody got absolutely nothing. And that may be a recent development, or that may be, what's been going on for the longest in this story, because again, that Nine of Wands is about hanging in there. It's about a long-standing situation that we continually put energy and effort into, or that we show up and we perform in, right? So this could be, wow, I don't know, Gemini, this is ridiculous, because it's unbalanced. It's not fair. In the grand scheme of things, it's not fair, but you can't tell that person that. Nine of Pentacles, they're not going to hear that. They don't hear that jazz. They don't hear that. And the Five of Pentacles, they wouldn't see it that way, because their self-worth or their way of appraising their own value or their position in a situation is deflated. This person doesn't have any confidence or have any sense that their situation could have been different. And that makes sense. If you sit me down with one of my relatives and, you read a will that says, hey, all that money goes to your sister, all that money goes to your brother, and you get shit, it's kind of like, oh, well, I guess that's who I am. I guess that's my lot in life, So let's get some further information for Gemini. I don't want to clarify anything. I think that this is more of a headache than as a reader, this is like a headache. This is like, I don't know what you're meant to do with this information, because I'm not even sure that these two people talk. I'm not even sure that there's a current connection between these two energies. There's a not a discrepancy. There's like a wall. Okay, thank you. Normally, I mean, as you can see, I put these two cards close together because they came out. But if you've been with my channel before, I normally can put cards, on top of each other or like that. There was a huge gap that I put between those cards. There's a gap here. Okay. Further information for Gemini, please. Further information in mid-April for Gemini. What else can you tell them today regarding their situation in mid-April? More information for Gemini, please show me. No. Okay. 3, really? Dang it. I was hoping to wrap this up soon, but let's see. So 4 of Swords, yep, on that side. Rest and relaxation. Queen of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay. Is it going like that? Something like that there. Put it there? Okay, good. 4 Swords. No talking. No. This is like check out. This is like day at the spa, but ironically, most of us can't go to the spa right now. But this is being out of it. This is being not involved. This is being, ironically, this is like rest and relaxation for this person, for this Nine of Pentacles person. This is rest and relaxation for them. They are out of office, out to lunch. They are, again, like where you would expect them to be busier or having to be involved in something or having something to contribute. They don't. They have nothing to contribute. They don't want to, they don't have to, and they're not going to. This is being totally checked out or totally on a vacation of some type, on recess, just not involved. Now, the traditional understanding of this card in Tarot, Gemini, is it's a reflective period. In this time of rest and relaxation, you're meant to sort of grow a little bit, or deep thoughts by Gemini. It's like spending time making use of your quiet moments, right? Getting in touch with who you are and why you do the things you do, or what's going on and why you're stressed about something. When we have spa days, many of us, we use them to de-stress from the world. Let me rest my swords in the wood block. Let me put down my arms. Let me put down communication tools, because when we talk about swords, it does also always indicate some type of communication or some type of exchange of ideas. So this is like unplugging from all of that to regain strength, to regain clarity, or for the first time gain clarity. And I feel, ironically, the Nine of Pentacles person is doing that. However, I don't know that they need to, or that they would be utilizing this time in the ways that I just described. I feel this person is just like, oh, God, it's like, it's like this person thinks like their life is challenging, and maybe it is. We all have different sensibilities, right? We all have different ways of perceiving what is stressful or what is difficult. What is stress and difficulty to me is not the same for you. It's just like almost impossible for two individual people to feel the exact same way about, an element or a variable of a stressful situation. Okay. Some people, okay, again, see, if going with the current state of affairs, if people are having huge amounts of stress over money, pentacles, 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 okay, you got 4 cards of pentacles out of 7. If people are stressing about money, some people's stress about money doesn't exist. 9 of Pentacles person, I have trusts. I have my money, in an investment portfolio or in a savings account, and it's accruing interest every day. It's accruing an exorbitant amount of interest. I don't stress about money. Some people, they've never paid a bill on their own in their life. They don't know what it means to cut a check. They don't know what it means to balance books. They always have cash. Therefore, this person potentially does not feel the stress of the situation because they've never felt it previous to this point. Lord, somebody here is like privileged, and there's nothing wrong with being privileged, but they don't recognize that they're privileged. Or they're privileged and they know it and they don't care. They're very like, not my problem. And like I said, and I think I just said, I can't remember what I just said like 10 minutes ago, but I think I said in your reading, this is where you get to, I did, because this is unexpected. People didn't know this side of this person existed. Now you see it. Now you see it. This could be a relative, like, Aunt Jeannie. Aunt Jeannie, created a successful business that, the family is proud of, but when it comes to giving any of her nephews or nieces a little bit of a handout because, they're a working class family or they're blue collar or what have you in the middle of this crisis, Aunt Jeannie, of her own volition, of her own creation, might have a lifestyle where she's comfortable. And so her niece or her nephew or her daughter or her whoever to her might come and say, hey, I'm a little behind on my bills. I'm an upstanding worker and I want to pay you back. But at this time, do you think you could loan me like $500? And Aunt Jeannie's like, no. And you're kind of like, what? $500? And you know for sure that this person has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars possibly in their bank account. Now, I'm not here to say that Aunt Jeannie or whoever this person has to give that money. In no way, because I don't know the specifics. But in terms of dollars and cents, 500 versus say $100,000. It's not nothing, but it's certainly not that much in comparison. 100,000 versus 500. And I'm trying to tell you, I'll pay you back. And we're family. And, you had a hand in raising me, or you had a hand in helping me through college before. It's like, it could be that. It could be in other situations, at other times, you helped me. You helped me pay for my first car. You helped me get through college. Now that I'm an adult and we're in a financial crisis and you know that I lost my job, or you know that I lost my business, or you know that the income is not there, and I'm asking you for something that is small. College tuition back in 1998 was like, what, 20 some grand? And you totally gave me 20 some grand as a freshman in college? Here's your graduation present, my dear nephew Gemini. Here you go. $20,000. And I'm putting on this tone just to be, just to give the drama of it. But here you go. $20,000, my good man. Here you go. Go on. Get yourself an education. That's great, And now you're like, now that I'm in my 40s, and all I need is $500 just to cover a couple of bills at my house, you're like, unfortunately, I don't have the 500. No, I can't give it to you. No, I'm sorry. And you're like, Aunt Jeannie, what are you talking about? 1998, you gave me 20 grand. 2020, you can't give me $500. There's like something weird here. Moving on. And again, Aunt Jeannie or your mother or your sister or whoever it is has no obligation to do these things. I feel that this person does not technically have obligation to give you what they have, but the fact that they don't is super surprising. The fact that they haven't volunteered, the fact that you even asked, the fact that you asked and they said no, or the fact that you asked and they had like kind of, with the Four of Swords, they could be blanking you. They could be like avoiding your messages. They could be not returning your calls. You're kind of like, what? In my time of need, you stepped off and you haven't stepped up to help me? Wow. I never knew you would be like this. Queen of Pentacles and the Fool, which I put on the side of the Five of Cups. I don't know. Oh, wow. I'm getting like a headache. And I've been doing readings like on and off all day. And this is the first time like I've really gotten a headache. Like it's like clobbering me between my eyes, this headache. Gemini, this person or this side, possibly, could be this side or it could be for both of you. There's some type of, there's like heavy misfortune on this side, it feels like. The Queen of Pentacles becomes the Fool, or the Queen of Pentacles has to take the journey of the Fool. The Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could be dealing with an Earth sign. Tons of Pentacles here, so, take that a little bit in stride if you're dealing absolutely with the Earth sign. But for those who you're not, it's okay too. But we have someone who's structured, who's firm and has a grip on things, has things under control, has things suitable. Interesting word, suitable. Things are suitable. Things are fair. Things are balanced. Things are secure when we talk about the Queen of Pentacles, right? As you can see, this woman is like being doting to her little family, her miniature family. I mean, it's sort of this reversal of traditional roles. The mother or the female leaves the home, pats the husband on the head. You be a good girl, good girl. You be a good boy, my love, and make sure that the dinner's hot when I get home. It's like this reversal of fortune, or reversal of roles, I should say. And that could be what's going on, in a dynamic. It could be, and again, this is not a political channel, but it is, quote unquote, non-traditional to have the woman in the house be the breadwinner. And that could be what's going on. We could be seeing a female stepping out into the world, or having stepped out into the world and been the breadwinner in a situation. However, there's a turn of fortune here, and it's not in punishment. It's not because she's a woman, she can't maintain a house or she can't maintain a job. No, it has nothing to do with that. But I do sense that there is this person who hasn't been or wasn't expected to be the breadwinner, wasn't expected to be the leader, was not expected to be the head of the household, did that for a while, but then this fool, that in itself, okay, thank you. That in itself, the traditional flipping of roles, the woman goes to work, the man stays at home and is the homemaker, is the one who takes care of the kids. That is very common, by the way, in this day and age. It's not, that's why I put it in non-traditional or whatever the hell I quoted. It's very common that women out earn their men. Not all the time, but in some cases it's very common. So that could have happened, and that could have been a fool's journey for the woman in the relationship, or the person who wasn't expected to go out and make a living or earn enough for the family, or that's what's happening now because of the crunch now, and because of people getting their jobs eliminated right now or put on hold and furloughed right now. Someone else is stepping up and they take this fool's journey, they take this leap of faith, and they go forward and they produce, or they go forward and they create, and they go forward and have this new experience. But retroactively, what happened also is that this person lost, or is losing at the moment. Could be that. Could be something like that. Okay, just to go back to that Aunt Jeannie scenario, the self-made woman or the self-made whoever over here who's just like sitting pretty, not worried about anything in life. It could have been, here's your 20,000, go to college, earn your degree, and da-da-da-da-da. And then again, like this whole thing of inheritance. It could be there's a family business that someone is the head of, and they may have helped whoever the Five of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles person is in the past. I gave you money back then. I invested in your company. I invested in your education. I invested in you previously. Over the years, you went your own path. Retroactively, you went on your own path, which was not what I wanted. I wanted you to take that money, go to college, graduate, and come and work in the family business, right? Come and work for me with your degree. After I've paid your tuition, you should definitely be working for me. But you didn't. You went and worked for the competition, or you went and you struck out on your own, or you went and you worked for another company, and, without much of a thanks towards me, or not, without some, there's something here about that money in this specific situation where money was given as an investment in your own development or in that person's development. It came with like an unspoken condition or an unspoken expectation that at some point you're going to pay me back by working for me, or you're going to give me the money back, or you're going to show fidelity towards me, towards the family business, and you're going to keep your working career in line with what we do here, right? But you over here went off and you worked for another company. You worked in another area of the employment sector. We're a family-run farm or some shit like that, or we're a family-run law firm, and you went and you became a doctor. And it's like, because you chose to do this other thing, now I'm not allowing you back here in the fold. That's what this feels like. That's very interesting. I don't want to go on too long with your reading, so I think I'm going to leave it at that, and we're going to go ahead and go to your oracle card, because I think this is a very specific message. I don't think it's going to resonate with a lot of people, but for those where it does resonate, I think you get it. Oracle message for Gemini, please. The tapping you hear is me running my fingers across my decks, because this is how I choose things. By my guides, this is how they choose things. Oracle deck for Gemini, please. Oracle cards for Gemini. 2, right here. Is that? Yeah, okay. Postcards from Spirit. Oh my gosh. It's almost time to eat dinner, my friends. And then it's time to get ready for work in the morning. Oracle card for Gemini, please. Oracle card for Gemini. Oracle card for Gemini, please, in mid-April. And Gemini, I really don't know what side of this you were on. Some of you are not even either of these people. You might just be watching. Some of you, you are one of those people. Take your pick. Oracle card for Gemini, please show me. Oracle card for mid-April, Gemini. Thank you, please show me. Let's see. Oracle card for Gemini at this time in mid-April, please show me. Not yet. They're like, nope, not yet. Okay. 2. Oh, man. You talk all day, you get tired of talking all day. So we'll read both of them. That's the thing about these cards. I don't have to interpret them. They kind of just come as they are. So, first one. Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful. When they give the message, they're correct. Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully with gratitude, without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people. Excuse me, wait, I lost my place. There it is. Receiving is hard for some people. Maybe you. You do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that you have conceived oh my God. Then you can give up the old stories that have convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We love you so much. We love you so much. So I'm going to hold that one up, and then so if you want to pause and read that one for yourself, because I kind of jumbled it a little bit. So that's your first card. I think that applies to the 9 of Pentacles person as well as the 5 of Pentacles person, because it does talk about giving without conditions, essentially. And I told you, I get the sense that someone gives or gave with conditions, and that's not really how you bring abundance to you, at least not through universal law, at least not through cosmic law, right? So take that with a grain of salt. Second card. Dear you, it might be hard to believe oh my God. It might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so much. Okay, so I feel both of those messages are for the 9 of Pentacles person, the person over here who's just like Aunt Jeannie sitting on her mountaintop, sitting in that ivory tower, just looking down on you going, well, my dear, I guess you're in quite of a quandary, aren't you? In quite of a pickle, aren't you? Listen, lady, the conditions you put on the money and the support that you offer to people, the abundance that you could share, because that's the thing about the 9 of Pentacles, just to bring that back up, and we'll close it out after I speak on this a little bit. The 9 of Pentacles is an abundant card, and it is a giving card, naturally in tarot. Not how it showed up today in the reading, but naturally in tarot. That's what it speaks to. The other thing about the 9 of Pentacles, it's not giving to the point where you exhaust yourself or you, like this says, overgiving. No, it gives in measure and it gives unconditionally. That is the natural way, or that is what we hope to see in the 9 of Pentacles. And that's what's affirmed here in these 2 oracle cards. There is a potential to give, to do so without conditions, to do so without draining your own resources. There's a balanced way to doing that. This person over here, they don't know how, they don't want to, whatever. And this person over here, there's a whole different set of circumstances, but I don't think that these oracles necessarily apply to them. They might. But anyway, Gemini, that is your reading for mid-April. My gosh. I think you know. Oh, no, you don't. I was going to say, did you just top Aquarius for the longest reading? Anyway, Gemini, if you like this reading, please hit the like button. If you want to let me know how this resonated, there is a comment section for that. I would love to read how you feel about it. Some feedback here. That'd be great. Feel free to share the video if you like the messages and you want other people to know what's going on in your life, or that you just particularly like this, pair of anonymous hands on the internet. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. New members, new crew is coming on board every day. It's amazing meeting new people, seeing new people in the comments. I'm enjoying that. So if you want to be a part of this experience, go ahead and subscribe. Doing any and all of those things support the channel. If you want to support me directly and give me not give me, but help me put more towards the channel, you can always purchase a private with me. That'd be great. If not, that's totally cool, because like I said at the beginning, no one's being forced around here to do that. But if you do want to, those details are down in the description box. Feel free to email me and let me know that you're interested. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, again, at EmpathicFire Tarot. Gemini, I thank you so much for watching. I will be back soon. Oh, right, you guys are coming up. Your season at the end of May is coming, so you got that to look forward to. May messages, mid-May. At the end of May, you're going to get your birthday message, and then later on in June, we're going to do a live. So a lot of things are coming down the pike for you in terms of what I offer here on my channel. I hope to see you guys then. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Take care.